Hey, what's up guys, Malt here, and we're back with some more Konran Zanki GATE01 Prism virus. We are in Yonedo's room! We are here finally since the incident has happened, so let's see what's gonna go on in here. Probably something important. I was waiting to see Yora's body here. It's strange. The furniture and her belongings have been left untouched. Why was Kanakogi's room empty out after his death, not Yorino's? Also, was meant to be his room in the first place. What? Nothing, I'm just a bit confused. You two! Uh-oh. Don't you dare appear from behind me like that ever again. Yuzuki seems exceptionally upset. Even I got startled. Wouldn't happen if you two learned your goddamn place. Can I talk about the formal rule that prohibits the intrusion within forbidden rooms? Dokuroku has caught us red-handed and we have no excuse this time. We're done for. Don't keep us bored with your nonsense. Yona's room has never been a forbidden room. We just happened to discover that her room is left open. You should have locked it behind you properly. She's trying to conceal the fact that we are aware about the door security system's defect. She's really going for it. She's too bold. Just leave a door open for 5 minutes and you already have 2 idiots sneaking in. Now get out then! I better not see you in another room that have locked down. Come on, Fujita. Yuzuki. Huh? Quit this with your contemptuous gaze. We have made another interesting discovery thanks to me. And that was very close. We're lucky that you're good at manipulating Dokuroku. I must confess, I was a bit nervous that you would kill us in the blink of an eye, but it didn't, and it might just be to its own advantage. How's that? Never mind, I cannot assert anything at the moment. But it's the second time that we technically break a rule, and oddly enough, this puppet has only been pulling out threats. But so far, I really cannot make up an idea as for why it hasn't resorted to the ultimate punishment yet. You're making a really good point here. After breaking at least 3 rules, why hasn't Dokuroku or the lunatic behind it mind-hacked us like they did with Kanakogi? There's something dodgy behind it. Now, shall we go back to the Uraraka's room? We cannot forget about that man's fate after all. Oh, I can just control all of a sudden? Okay, let me save real quick. Before I forgetty. Forgetty to savey. Oh look, I'm back at data slot 1. Delete it. Alright. Use a key. Use a key. Use a key. Use a key. Did she just sneeze at me? But by the way, I'll ask you to erase that memory about my earlier reaction when that hellish creature appeared in your friend's room. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Let's pretend you will indeed. Forget about it. All I know is I'd better not hear that you talked about it to someone else. I don't have a vindictive nature, but I can become a great enemy when someone discloses some embarrassing secrets about me. I'm trusting you. Hey, I got a token! Well, I don't even know why I got that, but... Dude, what's my relationship with her now? Is it good? Oh, we're at the good old nothing. We're at the good old nothing. That's always good. Hey, at least Uraraka didn't hate me, okay? He was just completely neutral with me. Or something. I don't know, man. I still don't really know how to read these properly, but... Let's get out of here. Alright. I'm glad I talked to Yumeko, though, to get that extra little... Yuzuki seems to be ignoring my presence. I suppose she's still feeling some embarrassment with an extra E. That might be the French spelling. Let's go. Fujita, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Do you think we should use the you-know-what on Uraraka's prism? Maybe we should, but we cannot do it secretly anymore. Our only option was the larder, but obviously it might not be a judicious idea anymore. The good old larder, ain't it right? Too bad you cannot do it in that room anymore. Oh, what is it? What is it? Using the VIP? Yes, indeed. So you did find about it after all. Of course, yes, my boy. I really wasn't expecting this little jewel to be hidden among your stuffs, Takatsugu. Don't worry. Good old cubic daddy isn't that stern. I will let you use the VIP under one condition. State your terms. I want to be here while you're using it. No way. No VIP allowed anymore then. But what a bummer though. It could have been pretty useful for your mystery. I could more easily discover the identity of the bearer of the unlocking memory and possibly release everyone else faster. Isn't mind hacking therefore killing people enough for you? Well, yeah, but not completely. Let me explain it to you, blob brains. Cannot we at least uncover Uraraka's Listen carefully. Like you should know by now, mind hack is a term that defines an intricate hacking technique that requires specific equipment. This method cracks the prism open to retrieve its data and becomes an intermediary gate to access the brain. It scans the brain and converts the recollected activity into roughly visualizable data, known as memorial data, and transfers it to an existing source. Basically, the advantage of using the mind hack method is that you can easily get an access to a prism and do it at a distance. You can get a wide amount of memorial data, and you can specify a timeline to research in, but it has a few issues too. Certain parts of the prism cannot be accessed, like the BMS by example. French spelling again, I believe. The backup memory storage, but it's also very time consuming, and you cannot use it on a dead person. That's where the VIP kicks in pretty conveniently. I don't have much knowledge on how this device works, but as you may have noticed, that I can actually use it on a passed away victim, which can give some satisfying results since the memorial data are clearer to visualize and you can access some other areas of the prism. That's pretty much it. The method lacks all the other pros that the mind hack can give. On top of it, you don't have the password. If you don't have the password to disable the antivirus, it can become pretty risky for the person who uses it. Now, however, there's another reason why I'm using the mind hack technique instead of the VIP. You see, as a fact, mind hacking someone was not always lethal. It's not always lethal, but using this hacking technique's secret capacity often is. With it, you can use the prism to send electrical pulses into the brain to revive dormant memories that can be next converted into pictures. But more than often, those electrical shocks become too powerful for the prism, which can cause it to glitch dramatically and fry the brain. That's more or less what has happened to your departed friends. Darn it. It's even more horrifying when you know how this works. This makes you want to vomit. What's your choice then? To let me assist you or not? Fujita. It's leaving us no option. Wise decision. I'll be going into your prism so that I can go in with you. Huh? Go in my prism? Let's explain it again for the daffs in the far back. Like I've mentioned, I have an access to your prisms. This accessing cannot grant me anything like the mind hack or the VIP would, though. But I can still collect things like your profiles, administrative documents, know your criminal records, etc. Oh, that's why they have the documents. And among those, I'll be able to get the files and data you'll recollect from Uraraka's prism. So let me in. No. So that's where you draw the line? But I don't want to mess around in my prism. Dumbass. I don't need your consent to mess around in your prism. That's not how you spell consent. No, last time I'm asking this, will you let me in or not? Why did you just ask that again if you don't need the consent? Why'd you ask again then? Okay then. Yay! Let's get to it then. Alright, Fujita, the helmets are on and the VIP is ready. Are you prepared for the usual routine? I just hope this puppet crap won't be screwing up the whole thing. Don't worry about that. This started already. Okay then. Switching the connection on. I'll never get used to that piercing sensation. Okay, now. You'll be teleported to the interconnecting platform in 1, 2, 3... Okay. Let's save. And let me fix my hair. Alright, so we're going to do another quantum waltz, aren't we? I'm excited to get my ass kicked. And also... It's going to be weird with Dokuroku in here, though. Howdy, Blockhead. This place is quite a new experience. Oh, you. Let's forget that demon. Let's forget about that demon and follow the usual steps instead. Oh, look. The zombie we're looking for. Is it a biter, a geek, a lurker, a lame brain, or a new type? Shut up. So annoying. Uraraka? A virus has been detected in the system. It's the same as usual. It's heart-wrenching. Fujita, would you like me to launch the antivirus deactivating interface? If you could, yes. Wow, cool. You can actually keep the communication with the operator. Ooh. So the puppet is really in there with you. Anyway, let's start it. Yippee-ki-yay, let's do it. It's time for me to quantum waltz, baby. Here we go, guys. I never lose.
Yes.
Yosh. Am I ready? Yeah, I guess. Alright, guys. Let's see if I learned anything from last time.
Mate. Mate.
Shit. Shit.
Mate.
Come on. I'm doing well, right? Yo, I'm so good at this now. What happened? How did my brain become so big? Also, I just realized Dokuroku is sneaking around in the corner now. Dude, I had like a 25 combo.
Yosh.
Yosh. Okay. True, dude. Access granted. Hey, you're missing something. Uraraka. Who are ya? It's Fujita Anju, but you probably don't remember me. I kinda do, but it's hard remembering a face. The features just keep phasing in and out and changing. What is this place? It looks like the tunnel of death, but it's very calming. I can't possibly be dead, right? Don't ask me that question, please. Oh no. But I can't die now. I have to take care of her. Chloe! I can't leave her alone. I don't want to leave her alone. I want to be with her. We still had so many things to do together. I'm sorry. I feel myself going. I cannot go now. Please, Fujita, take care of her. Take care of Chloe and Joe. Joe? Tadaru, Elliot, Psycho, and now it's Kanakogi vanishes to thin air. We cannot stay still and wait. We have to follow the protocol. There's an extra E there. She wrote for us. Now that... Moira... Mirabera. I got wind about what we've done. We better pack up the proofs and leave the building as soon as possible. Hey, that's Chloe. I recognize that. Uraraka Yuta. Don't worry, cutie pie. We'll find a way out of this mess. We'll move in the dream house. We've always been rooting for. I've packed everything important. The plane takes off in less than an hour and we're ready to leave for Italia? Is that from Italy? It'll be temporary, don't worry. But Yuto, we cannot leave the others. We have to run away. We can't stay here and possibly put Jordy at risk. Please, Chloe. Come on and follow me. Okay. Who's Jordy? So, that's how it went. That's how Love and Joy died out. Okay, so these guys were also together anyway in the past. It's kind of poetic. Just like how I was already hanging out with Yoneno back then. It's Doku Blood Rock or whatever it's called. Howdy, 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 cutie cubes. It's my new favorite word, howdy. It's so fun to say. Welcome on the second podcast of Dokuroku's Blood Radio. You know me, of course you do. Dokuroku, your favorite demented cubic host. And today with us, the victim of the second mind hack. His fan base knows him as Neo Solo, but we personally prefer him as his true self, Uraraka Yuto. Neo Solo, huh? That sounds rather lonely for such a carefree mind. But wait, isn't there a second channel named Neo Duo? Could there be a Nia? Unless it's a Neo too. None of your business, shithead. Can't remember shit about that Neo Duo crap you're talking about. What are you blabbering about? I guess it's playing the tough guy. Good idea for the rebel-loving fangirls in the audience. But let us see that. Let us see that. You seem pretty famous. Your main social media reckons a total of 671,000 followers. It's a fair amount of followers, but it's pretty far from the million nonetheless. Stop nagging me. Now we also know you made some collaborations, right? You know a couple of affluent people, right? So spill the tea, the coffee, and all the other juices. None of your damn business. Pissed me off with your shrieky voice. Alright. Then I'll spill the tea about you. There's been a drama from years ago involving a fair amount of money that you owed to a Batakuri bar. What? I was scammed, alright? I paid that money a long damn time ago. Why the fuck do you... Alright. It's already the end of our podcast. Please, everyone, show your respect to this young man whose carcass is going to be devoured by millions of insects and maggots. Neo Solo, please tell a last word. Or should I say your last word to our lovely fans? Okay, fuck you, dude. Might as well say something to your friend stuck in the facility. I believe in him. I'm sure they'll wreck your cheap toy ass, you whack. Maybe that's soon enough then. Now on this note, goodbye to all my dear cutie cubes, and let's meet again for the next podcast of Dokuroku's Blood Radio. Keep being cubic full. As we had lost another one of our comrades and everyone else was drowning in a dismal grief, the atmosphere started to draw out a lingering feeling of hopelessness. Although being smudged with soot, the dormer of our past was letting through it only a couple of grubby memories that seemed to depict a time where no one would wish to remember. But beneath the inky blots that were swirling the pages of our lives, we were still unable to uncover some beautiful stories we had once been the protagonists of. And just for that reason, I want to remember those beautiful chapters. People don't lie when they say that nature is mind-soothing. You can truly feel that this room contains way more oxygen. It feels nice being able to take a deep breath. Huh? Fujita? Yuzuki? Hanbi? Takatsuku? Have you had the time to rest your mind? Are you doing the... Is Uraraka's room locked? Huh? Yeah, it is. Okay then. Now you can finally rest peacefully, I guess. Fujita, we need you to tell us what you've seen in Uraraka's mind. I guess I can tell it to you now. But truthfully, I haven't been able to see much. What? I can't decide which memory I can recover. But this time, I've been able to collect more memories than with the Onerno. However, only 2 of them caught my attention. One of them seemed to involve a rushed escape. I think we were all there, but I was only able to identify Hanbi's voice. And what was I saying? You were saying that Kanakogi, Mizuki, and a few other people you don't remember the names that had disappeared. And that we had to follow a protocol and flee because that person whose name always sounded muffled up had found out about our doings. That Kanakogi and your sister had disappeared, is that it? It's odd though, Kanakogi was very well there with us, wasn't he? I don't know, I could have just misunderstood it, hopefully. Well, another one's life has been sacrificed and yet we haven't been able to gain anything from it. What are you even talking about? We were not supposed to be gaining anything from his death. Everyone, please, it's an emergency. What's going on again? What's wrong, Miwa? Chloe has locked herself in her room. Sasahara and I are worried that she might be trying to harm herself. Take care of Chloe. I mean, care, not Claire. Chloe! Chloe, don't do it. Chloe, you better not be hanging herself here. Chloe, are you in here? Chloe! For the love of God, open this door, please. Chloe, don't do anything stupid. Uraraka wouldn't have wanted that for you. She opened her door. No, wait, Amane? Stay here. No, wait, Amane, stay here. But why? I'm extremely concerned because I know what to say, so wait here. Chloe? While I was meticulously inspecting the room, I found myself startled by something that had gently grabbed on my ankle. I turned my gaze down and found Chloe sat on the ground, her head loosely facing the floor, with something in her left hand that seemed to be producing a movement. Chloe! What are you doing with this? Was she cutting herself? How could I forget about him? I slowly took the sharp razor blade out of Chloe's hand and gently raised her left forearm. Luckily enough, her wrist was unharmed, the blue veins being the only element decorating her pale complexion. Chloe, I'm sorry for what has happened to Uraraka. I understand your grief. I know what loss is. I also know how close the 2 of you were, even before all of this mess. But you cannot do that to yourself. As she was trying to pronounce words, I could somehow feel Chloe's pain being all concentrated in the middle of her chest. The frenetic sorrow seemed to be causing her to have sobbing spasms, thus preventing her from being able to speak clearly. And for that reason, I sat down next to her and tried my best to help calm her down. We were together back then, but I forgot about it. How could I? How could I forget that someone has loved me that much? How could I not remember how much I've loved him too? But now that Yuto's gone, I won't be able to jump into his arms and tell him that I finally remembered about my feelings for him. You need to understand it's not your fault. By forgetting this, we've all lost a big chunk of our past. But you've remembered it now. How did you do it? This morning, I found a letter at my door. It was from Yuto. Something inside has resurrected some dormant memories in me, but not many. The many happy moments we spent together have come back in mind. And what was this letter about? In it, he wrote that he started feeling weird and concluded that he was going to be the next victim. He wanted to talk to me with his heart opened one last time. He also joined this picture with it. That's a cute picture. It's the 2 of you. Yes. Apparently, he found it in his belongings the night of the second day in the Tetra facility. He started getting back a few memories as well as his feelings for me. He didn't want to tell it to me. He didn't want to force me into remembering it. He wanted to make me fall in love with again with him, and slowly help me remember my feelings. But now, I can feel it. Like my heart aches so much. I'm unable to make him feel loved again. But I'm so selfish. Because I'm happy to remember that I've had someone in my life who has truly loved me. How does that make you selfish? Everything that I've been through, all the tears, the questions, the pain, it doesn't really matter anymore because besides my mommy and daddy, I've had someone in my life who chose to include me in his story and give me his love. Chloe. Pretty sure I should hug her. If this somehow makes her mad at me, I don't know what to say. As I started embracing Chloe, I was able to feel her body shivering, sometimes even tensing up as she was desperately trying to hold in her tears. She was drowning in the most hopeless sorrow possible, and yet she had never been stronger than at that moment. Fujita? Is Chloe doing better? Huh? I didn't notice it, but my eyes have gotten very teary. Wait a minute, Amane, please. Listen, don't do anything stupid, alright? Go take a rest instead. Yes. I don't think it's the best way to give a closure to this discussion, but I couldn't think of anything better to say. She still seems awfully depressed, but she seems to also have calmed down a little bit. She's probably getting sleepy from crying so much, but after losing her boyfriend, I don't think she'll be able to fall asleep. Fujita, please, do not keep us waiting any longer. I've talked to her. She's doing better, but something to be happy about. She's been able to remember that Uraraka and her used to be a couple before they both forgot about it because of the amnesia. She's obviously not taking Uraraka's death well at all, and she wanted to give an end to her days. Oh my, how dreadful. We cannot leave her alone with such grim thoughts. I'm going to leave her door half open so that we can check on her and ensure that she's resting up. I shall ensure this position. Oh, okay. Thank you, Amane. Stress and fatigue are really starting to have an impact on my overall health. Maybe I should go and eat something. I'm feeling slightly lightheaded and my blood sugar level must be very low. Oh, save time. It's time to save. Give me that auto save. Things are definitely progressing quickly now. Chloe remembering some stuff, and Yuta. I'm kind of confused about how Yuto found the photo. I don't actually entirely understand the explanation there, but memories are coming back for everybody slowly but surely. What am I supposed to be doing right now? I don't know. Oh, Sasahara, what's up? Things are seemingly not heading for the best. 2 people have died, another one wants to commit suicide. I'm almost starting to believe that there's no hope left. Don't say that. We're working arduously to save the day. Nothing is over yet. You're being too pessimistic. Or just realistic. I'm not going to give up so easily. At some point, you have to acknowledge the possibility there will be no happy ending. No unhappy ending is bound to happen yet. It's so hard to choose. I admire your optimism. Well, I cannot compete against this. I need to drink some water. Hold on, give me a sec. I've been talking a lot. All right. So we need to have an extra picture here now for the for our boy Yuto. I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do. I don't think they hinted at anything. They just gave me control back. Either that or I have really, really short-term memory loss. Would I just have to go to Yuto's room? Oh no, there we go. Are you coming to have an afternoon snack too, Fujita? Oh, is that what I said? I'm not really hungry, but I feel quite dizzy. Oh yeah, I was saying I was stressed out. But you most certainly need to eat something then. Hard to be hungry after seeing Uraraka's body. By the by, Fujita, I started to take a look at the inside of the broken TV yesterday. I didn't have enough time though, so I'm going to keep it up today. Maybe I should do this. I might be more qualified for the task. I told you that I could do it. I'm not an expert, but I'm still pretty good at this sort of thing. Don't underestimate JoJo's skills. Never. And considering how pale you look, Fujita, you might want to take a rest too. It doesn't seem like you've been getting any better since this morning. With this, with all the stress, Uraraka's death, Chloe's depression, it's not hard to feel literally crushed. Literally crushed? Alright, whatever. I guess that's technically true now, according to like the updates in the dictionaries. Everyone's probably feeling the same. Anyhow, I'm going to my room. Everything seems so grisly. I need a good game to cheer me up. See ya, Fujita, and see you later, Han Han. Don't forget that you'll have to guard the entrance to the boys' wing while I'll be busy with the TV. You can fully count on me. I'll knock on your door when I'm done. Cool. See you later then. Bye-bye. So, from what you said, it appears like you've collected another memory that seems to indicate your sister has truly disappeared, right? What? Did you really have to bring that back? I've made a blunder. Have I made a blunder? Other than those details weighing on your mind, I simply thought you wanted to talk about it. Just leave me alone with my sister. Damn it. Well, mind your words, Fujita. Why do I feel so angry all of a sudden? I can't explain why. Well, listen. I don't feel like talking about this. I'm just tired and I probably need some sleep. Only you know what's best for yourself. But if you leave, allow me to ask you not to be upset at me for I was just wanting to help you. Alright, thank you. See you later, Hanbi. The more I walk, the worse I feel. If only I could reach my bedroom fast enough so that I can lie down on my bed. Finally. Fa. And I'm dead. I just mind-hacked myself by walking too hard. An unfathomable darkness befell upon my world. I didn't even have time to understand what was going on. My brain simply shut down and sent me into an untimely slumber. I didn't caught anything outside of the situation. Nothing to me felt abnormal except for the sharp pain in my jaw as I dropped front face to the floor. Ouch. But after an undetermined amount of time, I started peeking out of my dormant state and raging in between the line of sleep and the real world. My eyes were tight and my mind was in a complete mess. I couldn't explain why my body was stiffly laying on the ground, cold, hard ground. I placed a hand on my sore head as a sign of confusion while a distant knocking sound seemed to be persisting even as I was regaining consciousness. It was coming from the door of my room. Fujita, it's Hanbi. Have I fainted? It's important. Open up, please. My body feels so heavy and leaden. Hanbi? Oh my. You look even wanner than earlier. What does that even mean? Sure you're feeling alright? No, I was. Oh, no, I don't. No, you just woken me up. Well, you do sound very cranky. Pardon me for waking you up then. The thing is, I came up earlier with Takatsugu to knock on your door, but you were not responding. You've already been to Yuzuki's room to report a discovery to her, but I have yet to tell it to you too. Takatsugu has requested me to do it as he and Amane are both currently busy trying to cheer up Chloe. Also, the reason why I said no there was because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't feel very good after fucking passing out on my floor. What do you mean? I was just trying to be honest with him, but he took it as being cranky. He told me to be honest with him, didn't he? What's this important discovery about? Do you remember when Takatsugu said he was going to inspect the interior of the broken TV? Well, he did it, and we made a substantial finding. Also needs to be a T here. It's more bewildering than anything else. He's already done it? What time of day is it? Well, we've already dined an hour ago. We didn't want to bother you, but don't worry. There's still a plate right. There's still a plate right for you in the fridge. Have I really fainted for that long? I probably slept for a while. Oh, okay then. So what did you find? Follow me to the greenhouse. The room is too narrow. So, tell me. Well, to go straight to the point. You see all those TVs sprinkled around the facility? They're not really televisions.
Huh?
What? Takatsugu believes that those are actually 3D holographic projectors disguised as televisions. Okay. That's just crazy, but why would there be 3D holographic projectors? There must be a reason behind it. Dokuroku's a hologram? You figured it out. All those sudden manifestations, extravagant performance when it jumped out of the screen in the octagon. It would all be explained by the fact that Dokuroku is not a real entity. A hologram then? That's mind-boggling. I never even thought about that possibility. And even more mind-boggling is the fact that we somehow ended up believing it was real. But how and why was Kanakogi killed for assaulting it then? If Dokuroku is truly a hologram, why would it react to any physical attack? So I guess Kanakogi was just like literally... He was in on it the whole time. He was just there to try to get us to be convinced he was real. It's pretty obvious, though. Dokuroku assumes a role of relentless authority in order to keep everyone submissive and create confusion with its unearthly existence. That way, the mastermind can rule over the facility without having to show themselves. However, now, I'm left to believe that Kanakogi's death was a show-off to let us believe Dokuroku can genuinely inflict a death sentence. But many other questions come in mind. How was Kanakogi killed then? And if we take Dokuroku's earlier explanation about the mind hack into account, now that Kanakogi is dead, the mastermind cannot hack his prism anymore and see if he was the bearer of the unlocking memory. Would it imply that they knew he was not the creator of the locking code? Then Kanakogi's presence in the facility was pointless, besides being used as a mere decoy to deceive us. It's all just a massive jigsaw full of unfitting pieces. It's very discombobulating. Yes, but there's one other thing I should have figured out a lot earlier. When Dokuroku explained that one cannot mind hack a deceased person, and that this hacking technique was the most useful way to retrieve the unlocking memory, I and any of you should have been able to conclude that the Mastermind cannot kill any of us for that one specific reason. They wouldn't be able to mind hack us anymore, and they would probably lower their chance to get back the locking code. What? Hush, Fujita, you're being too loud. Remember that we have to keep whispering. We're right. But then, that would mean that we can do whatever we want without having to fear any retaliation. That's not what I said. It's all hypothetical. It just feels too easy to be true, so don't start acting recklessly. We're going to keep on proceeding the same manner we've been doing this so far. But oh my, so many enigmas that are waiting to be unveiled. The station was restless again. I hope tomorrow will be more leisurely. Huh? Wait, you're leaving just like the... How can you just leave on such a note? I don't know if it's because he's used to the sort of situation, but his self-composure is very perplexing. You're all so clever. I feel like someday I will have to apologize for thinking so poorly of you. Huh? Was that why he just left? Choosing the widest room to speak quietly so that I cannot hear a thing. Should I add a few more tiny microphones around the room, or should I applaud you and back away? It's so satisfying to know that you were not able to hear a word of what we were saying, but tell me, you shit. E-puppet. What you gonna do about this? I believe you can't punish us for whispering secrets, can you? Fujita Anju, a solitary and modest young girl. When did you get so rude and confident? I don't even know myself. I guess at some point obstacles just make you feel stronger and dauntless. Or because something awful is happening to you, but don't get too stuck up. Baby girl, you ain't the one with the finger on the big red button. You're at my mercy and trust me, I'm rather merciless. Puff, huff. I feel like I've been holding my breath all along. Waha! I've hardly felt so strong enough. I've hardly ever felt so strong enough to stand for myself like that. I've never felt... Okay, I know what's trying to be said here, but that's a very awkward way of saying it. The revelation that this puppet may be just an inoffensive hologram might have gone up to my head. Phew. I feel like a bit relieved somehow. Interlude! Oh! Oh! It's time to go hang out with Yuzuki. My body seems to have gained a sudden rush of energy. I cannot explain the source of it, though. What should I do? Should I go back to my room and level it down, or should I go chat with someone? Come on, man! Of course we're gonna chat with someone. Maybe I should enjoy this rush of adrenaline. Yeah, and we definitely will on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think a lot of things have happened in this episode. We're getting a lot of development now, and we're starting to see that Dokuroku might be pretty powerless in general. And now I have a suspicion that Kanakogi might be behind everything. I think Kanakogi is the mastermind. And he just kind of faked his own death, which is easy to do with a mask over his head in order to like also determine or show off that Dokuroku is like the strongest one there is. So that's what my suspicion is right now. It would be pretty expected, but we'll see. I don't know. It could be a cool little twist. But yeah, that's what my guess is right now, and I guess we'll figure out hopefully soon. I don't know how much longer this game is. I feel like we have at least I'm guessing we've possibly passed the halfway mark already. I remember reading that it was approximately 10 hours, but I don't know. I'm starting to feel like it might be a bit longer than that, but who knows? I mean, I guess 10 hours is the 20 episode series, so who knows? Anyways, I hope you guys all have a great day. Please leave a like down below as well. Subscribe if you haven't. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!